Welcome, everyone. Today, we're moving beyond the typical REST versus GraphQL debate. This isn't about crowning a winner. Instead, we'll approach this as architects, dissecting two powerful but fundamentally different philosophies for API design. Our goal is to equip you with the mental models and nuanced understanding needed to make a strategic choice, one that aligns with your project's specific context, your team's capabilities, and your system's long-term evolution. Let's get started. At its core, the difference between REST and GraphQL is a shift in perspective. REST, or Representational State Transfer, treats your system as a distributed collection of resources. Think of it like a library. Each book has a unique address, a URI, like books/123. You interact with these resources using a universal set of verbs: get to read, post to create, put to update, delete to remove. It's a powerful, stateless model that leverages the very architecture of the web itself. It's predictable and models well-defined independent entities beautifully. GraphQL, on the other hand, presents your entire system as one large, interconnected graph of data. Instead of multiple endpoints for different resources, you have a single, intelligent endpoint. The client sends a query, a shape of the data it needs, and the server returns a JSON object that exactly matches that shape. This decouples the client from the server in a profound way, empowering front-end teams to evolve their products without demanding back-end changes for every new data requirement. Now, let's dive into the operational realities, because this is where architectural choices have real-world consequences. First, caching. REST is a natural fit for HTTP caching. Since get/users/123 is a unique identifier for a resource, browsers, CDNs, and reverse proxies can cache that response aggressively, reducing server load. GraphQL, typically tunneling everything through a single post endpoint, bypasses this entire layer of infrastructure. Caching in GraphQL is absolutely possible, but it moves the responsibility. It becomes a client-side concern, often managed by libraries like Apollo Client or Relay, or requires server-side solutions like persistent queries. Next, performance. REST can lead to the infamous N+1 problem, where fetching a list and its children requires one initial query plus n subsequent queries. GraphQL elegantly solves this by fetching all nested data in a single round trip, a massive advantage for mobile clients on latent networks. But this power comes with a warning. A single complex GraphQL query can place immense load on your server, potentially joining data from multiple databases and services. This requires robust server-side implementation with features like query depth limiting and cost analysis to prevent abuse. The complexity doesn't disappear. It simply shifts from client-side orchestration in REST to server-side resolution in GraphQL. So how do we apply this? When is REST the right tool? Think public APIs, where you need strict contracts, versioning, and leverage of the web's caching infrastructure. It excels in microservice architectures, where each service owns a discrete set of resources. A third-party payment API or a simple e-commerce product catalog backend are prime examples. GraphQL shines where the clients are diverse and fast-moving, like complex single-page applications or mobile apps. When your data is deeply interconnected, like a social graph or a project management tool, and your front-end teams need to iterate quickly without being blocked by back-end changes, GraphQL provides incredible leverage. But the most mature approach is often not an exclusive choice. Consider the hybrid model, using a GraphQL server as a gateway that aggregates data from multiple downstream RESTful microservices. This gives you the best of both worlds, an efficient, flexible data layer for your clients, built on top of a robust, well-defined microservice architecture. It's a pragmatic solution that acknowledges that different parts of a system have different needs. In the end, the choice between REST and GraphQL isn't about technology. It's about architectural intent. Are you building a system of discretely addressable resources, or are you exposing a rich, queryable data graph for your clients? Neither is inherently superior. The right choice is the one that best models your problem domain, simplifies the right part of your system for your specific needs, and empowers your development teams to build effectively. Analyze your context, understand these trade-offs, and choose with intention.